Hello, this is Frank Prieto again from chiropracticmarketing.com. Welcome to video number 2 of the Chiropractor's Internet Marketing Blueprint video series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Google Places listing using the latest strategies, when not to touch your Google Places listing, and one of the fastest way to get reviews to show up in your Google Places listing. What is local internet marketing, or local search as it's also referred to? It's geographical targeting or geo-targeting of consumers for local products and services. You see, consumers search differently when they are ready to buy locally. Although it's becoming less necessary, most consumers put a geographical modifier like a city name, a zip code, or neighborhood when searching for local products and services. In early 2010, this is what a Google search results page looked like. You had 10 sponsored listings that started at the top in the shaded area and continued down the right-hand side as you see here. Then you had the Google Maps listing that followed right below, which was composed of 10 listings. This map listing was also known as the 10-pack. Later in the year it was reduced to 7, thus the 7-pack. Then below the map listing you had the organic listings, or what is referred to as free traffic, which is actually misleading, but that's how we refer to it in the SEO industry. Back then there was a total of 30 listings on page 1, 10 sponsored listings, 10 map listings, and 10 organic listings. By the way, the light yellow shaded vertical rectangular area is where approximately 85% of the traffic comes from on page 1 of Google. This is a close-up of the 10-pack in early 2010. But later in 2010, Google had a major algorithm change that affected the search results dramatically. They merged Google Maps with the organic listings below it. Now Google Map is called Google Places, and the bottom 6 organic listings were knocked off of page 1, now leaving a total of 22 listings, plus or minus 1 on a given search query. This shows Google's commitment to local search. You see, when you search on Google, you are Google's customer. They call us users, but we're really Google's customer because we are likely at some point to click on one of those sponsored links known as AdWords, which makes Google money. How much money? Well, a lot. A lot means 99%. Yeah, those pay-per-click ads are responsible for 99% of Google's revenue, which was $29.3 billion in 2010, up from $23.6 billion in 2009. Not too shabby, huh? So Google does its best to see that people find what they're searching for, because if they do, they will keep coming back to use Google again and again. The more people use Google, the more likely their ads get clicked on, increasing their revenue even more. If you purchased a TV within the last year, you probably did your research online. You read reviews and specs online. The only thing you probably didn't do is hit the add to cart button. Most consumers research products and services online, but prefer to buy locally. And when they are ready, they generally perform a local search by including their city, zip code, or neighborhood for a local business to purchase their products or service. That goes for chiropractors too, and the reason you want your website to rank on the top of Google for chiropractor your city. Prospective patients are looking for you online. Are you there? Search engines are now the #1 resource for finding local business information. 86% of consumers surveyed use the internet to find local products and services. 80% say they research a product or service online and then make their purchase offline from a local business. Is your practice findable by prospective patients searching for a chiropractor in your local area, or is your website a billboard in the desert? Okay, why Google Places? Well, because that's where consumers are looking. This chart summarizes the market share percentage for the top search engines in 2010 according to StatOwl. This usage analysis shows that Google is the most utilized search engine. Recognizing the local search upward trend, Google created Google Places. Google Places are free internet business listings that can be found when people search for a local business. Optimize your Google Places listing and make it easier for new patients to find you. Your address, phone number, and website is displayed for free. You can add more info, including photos, videos, and coupons to stand out. All this for free. Google Places is also mobile friendly too. Mobile web traffic is expected to increase by 700% in the next 5 years. Did you know that Google tracks the location of phones during searches? It's estimated that smartphones will have 51% of the market share by the third quarter of this year. Now your practice can be found by both computer and smartphone users. Okay, let me show you how you add your practice to Google Places. But before I do, I have to tell you something very, very important. If you already have a Google Places listing that is ranking on page 1, do not, I repeat, do not touch it. If you make any changes to it, there's about a 90% chance it will disappear, especially if you're in a competitive area and your listing is already part of the 7-pack. If you're in an area that only has 2, 3, or 4 Google Places listing, you might be okay making changes that don't affect your ranking. If you already have a Google Places listing, but it's not ranking in the 7-pack, you'll definitely want to optimize it. And once you optimize it, as I'm going to show you in this video, you don't want to touch it again. Create a Google account if you don't have one. By the way, if you have a Gmail account, you already have a Google account. Go to www.google.com/places or log in using your Gmail username and password. This is the screen you're supposed to see when you go to googleplaces.com. But guess what? I just went to that same URL and this is what I'm seeing now. So if you go to Google Places, if you go to google.com/places and see this screen, click on the link at the lower right corner and it will get you here. The first thing you'll enter is the name of your practice. It's important to list your business just as it is anywhere else that you advertise. Your real business name as you would list it in the phone book. If Google detects a discrepancy between your business name, your website, other online advertising, and Google Places listing, you could potentially be penalized. By the way, the email address you use in Google Places should match your domain instead of using a free Yahoo or Gmail address. In other words, if my domain was miamichiropractor.com, I would use frank@miamichiropractor.com instead of using frank324@yahoo.com or something like that. If your patients always come to you, then you are going to want to list your office address. If you have a business where you go to your patients' houses or workplaces, or if you work from home, Google allows you to hide your address. You'll want to use your local phone number instead of a toll-free number. You want your potential patients and Google to recognize the number as a local number they can trust. After you log in, click on the List Your Business button. Select your country and enter your business phone. Select business information. If your business appears, you can claim your listing. Or if you don't already have a listing, click Add New Listing. Enter basic information like your business name, address, phone number, email address, website, description of your business. Your description should describe what your business does, not who you are. That's important, and I'll show you exactly. You want to create a keyword-rich, well-targeted description. Use as much of the 200 characters as you can and provide a human-readable description that targets words that potential patients would use to search for a chiropractor in your area. For example, instead of saying something like, "When you visit our office, we provide you with the care and attention you deserve. At Smith Chiropractic, your well-being is our biggest concern, and we strive to deliver quality care every day." That would be a complete waste of space you can use to optimize your description with actual keywords people enter in a search engine. The sad part is most Google Places listings have those boring generic descriptions. If I were a chiropractor in Miami, my listing would say something like this: to find a Miami chiropractor for sciatic nerve pain relief, lower back pain treatment, or chronic neck pain and headaches, Call our chiropractic clinic in Miami today and regain your health naturally. Let's look at this closer so you can see exactly what I did here, because this will be your biggest takeaway from this video. If you get this, you'll have a better idea how search engines work and use it to leverage your online efforts, not just with Google Places, but on the internet in general. The Google Keyword Tool gives me the keywords associated with chiropractic. It also gives me the monthly count in the US that keywords were searched in Google. These are exact counts, by the way. If you use the Google Keyword Tool for the first time, you're going to get some huge numbers that are misleading. Always use the exact match setting and you'll be fine. So in my description, I'm using keywords that are actually searched for in Google. By using these keywords in my description, I'm optimizing my listing to increase the chances it shows up in the search results page when someone is looking for a chiropractor in my area. A word of caution, do not keyword stuff your description. This could get your listing banned. Okay, now you understand the difference between a highly optimized description and one that is not. This is very important because this can make the difference between getting on the 7-pack or not. Now let me throw a disclaimer in here. I study Google like you study the human spine. I eat, drink, and breathe SEO, but I cannot predict if Google will rank your site in 6 days or in 6 months. But if you follow my advice, you'll dramatically increase your chances of getting listed in the 7-pack. Google Places is just one more of those tactics you should use to increase your business. Picking the right categories is critical for optimizing the listing. You must select at least one of Google's categories. Up to 4 more categories can be custom. Place your categories in order of importance. Your categories and description are the most important part of your listing. Categories should say what your business is, in this case chiropractor, not what it does, back adjustments. Put the most important category names in order top to bottom. If Google has pre-populated categories that fit your needs, use those. Choose whether patients come to the office or the business serves customers at their locations. Here you can hide your address if you have a home-based business or no storefront. You may also specify how far you travel to serve customers. Add your hours of operation and payment options. You may also add any photos, ad or coupon images, and promotional videos you may have of your practice. Here you have the choice of adding up to 10 images. You should take full advantage of this and add all 10 images. These could be any of the images you currently have on your website. If you have a video, add it too. If you don't have a video, go to YouTube and search for a generic chiropractic video and add it. That will help. Under additional items, you can tell prospective patients more about your practice. If you accept insurance, are you open on Saturdays, etc. This is the last step where you validate your listing with a PIN number. You have the option of validating by phone, which is immediate, or by postcard, which takes 2 to 3 weeks. I always validate by phone. The way it works is you get an automated phone call from Google within seconds that gives you a PIN number. You enter the PIN number and click go and you're done. After your listing is validated, you will see a coupon tab where you can create a coupon very easily for patients to download and bring in. This is a good idea. If you read the Chiropractor's Internet Marketing Blueprint, you might remember that offers are an important part of direct marketing, which is the most effective strategy to use on the internet. Reviews by customers can enhance your Google Places ranking. Some ideas for soliciting reviews are to call your best customers and ask, append a request to email newsletters, ask for a review during follow-up calls, email a review request to happy customers. All that being said, getting reviews is easier said than done. I prefer to focus on getting testimonials for my website instead because those are going to increase my conversions. But I admit that online reviews do count towards Google brownie points. So the best way I found to get reviews is asking your patients and friends who you've treated to put them on Yelp. Google will have your patients jump through all kinds of hoops to leave a review, and they may end up getting frustrated and giving up. Frankly, I can't blame them, nor do I think it's wise to inconvenience a patient in this way. Adding a review on Yelp is a breeze, and Google does pick up Yelp, City Search, insider pages, and merchant circle reviews. Keyword selection is the most important part of optimizing your Google Places listing, and also the most difficult. Proper keyword selection is critical for ensuring patients find you.